Gilmour gets goals in the first 10 minutes of the third period from Charlie Valenti, David Zaricki, and Dominic Casamata, and hangs on for a 5-3 victory over Lake Catholic on Wednesday night at Mentor Civic Arena in GLHL play in a battle of the numbers 1 and 2 teams in this past week's News-Herald Top of the Crop. This was not one for the ages. I'm going to be completely honest. It was that typical Wednesday night at Mentor Civic Arena for the visiting team. It was really tough to find an energy level for Gilmour for large stretches of this hockey game. They were able to find a way there in the third period. They got 4 goals there in the third. The empty netter there at the end from Eamon Mulkern, and then, like I said, the 3 goals in the first 10 minutes of the period to take a 4-1 lead after a 1-1 dogfight through 2 periods. But the last 5 minutes of that period, from the Lancers' point of view, was not great. I think they really took their foot off the gas and were just trying to look to blow the game open instead of playing sound hockey in the defensive zone. And that last 5 minutes just stunk as a result of it. No way around it. And that's disappointing, quite frankly, coming off that nice performance at the St. Andrews MLK tournament in suburban Toronto, where they were able to win that tournament again. The opening period was solid on the forecheck from Gilmour. They were exerting a lot of energy there on the forecheck, keeping puck possession in their offensive zone. Didn't have anything to show for it, as Patrick Christo had a nice period there between the pipes for Lake Catholic. That second period was just kind of pedestrian both ways, to be completely honest. Gilmour was able to find the tying goal there in the second period. Justin Evans is able to throw a puck on from high in the zone. There was a penalty about to be called, so Gilmour was going to go on the power play anyway. Justin makes it a moot point there by throwing a puck in with some screening and traffic in front of the crease to make it a 1-1 hockey game. But I thought Christo played really well for a little more than 2 periods there, keeping his team in the game in a 1-1 dogfight, turned away a couple of breakaways, 2 nice stops there in the second period on breakaways in particular. Evan Enrick had a good look at a shorty there early in the period, and then Evans had a good look on a breakaway. The fact that you're able to get a puck to the tape there right on the blue line, I thought that was kind of inexcusable there for Lake in the neutral zone, but be that as it may, Evans skates that in, and Christo does well to turn that away and keep it a 1-1 game going into the third period after Cole Horvath was able to score that goal in the opening minute of the game. But then in the third period, Gilmour was a little sharper. They moved the puck a little bit better, as Dominic Casamata said after the game. They made better decisions with the puck, and they were able to, put some away. Casamata was able to throw a puck on net early there in the third, and Valenti was able to bang one home there, make it a 2-1 game. Zaricki scores, and then Casamata is able to get one, make it a 4-1 game, and then it just kind of got weird there down the stretch. The one highlight there was Lake with a nice goal 8 seconds after an empty netter, trying to get back to make it a 1-goal hockey game. Nice look there from Jacob Schmidt to Cole Horvath for a nice snapper, low right corner to get back within a couple goals there. But Gilmour was able to get what it needed there in the first 10 minutes of the third to see this one through. But suffice to say, they need a full 3 periods once we get to the Cleveland Cup in the Kent District. They were showing some nice, encouraging stretches there in that tournament in suburban Toronto. And like we've talked about all year, they've had some really nice stretches of play throughout this year. 22-3-1 off the top of my head, playing some decent hockey in the GLHL. Lost a holy name earlier in the year, but have been pretty solid other than that in GLHL play. So obviously you want to see the peaking in February, but this was not a full 3 periods from Gilmour. No way around it, but hopefully this is a lesson for them, and it'll serve them well going forward. With Lake Catholic, we saw the stretches where they can be really solid. They exerted a lot of energy on the back check there in the opening period. In the second period, it was all right. They were hanging in there. The breakouts were a struggle there in the opening period, but it got a little bit better there in the second period. Gave them some hope going into the third, and then obviously Gilmour was able to take firm control of that game. But like I've said, all winter, Lake Catholic is going to be a tough team that nobody's going to want to see at the Cleveland Cup in the Kent district, because with that line of Schmidt and Cantini and Horvath, they can really move the puck and be dangerous. They can be tough on the back check. Christo can be solid between the pipes. If they put it all together, it's going to be tough on somebody, and the hope is there, certainly, if they can put it together for a full 3 periods. But like I said, all the way around, this was not one for the H's. This is not one of the greatest games in the history of this series or area hockey, to be sure. But Gilmour was able to find a way, and some nights that's ultimately what matters, as the Lancers record a 5-3 victory over the Cougars on Wednesday night.